Introduce Jan from the United States, who takes LDN for chronic fatigue syndrome, ME, fibromyalgia, pain, and sleep issues. Thank you for joining me, Jan.
Thank you for calling me.
Could you tell us when you first started to experience the pain and the fatigue, etc., that you have?
I have had all these diseases since March of 1981. I'm celebrating my 34th sick anniversary right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have had gotten progressively worse over the years, and my pain increased until I was taking the opioid medications and still not getting pain control.
Mm-hmm.
So I started taking LDN last July on the advice of my doctor, and it has helped tremendously. I'm no longer taking, I had to come off the opioids to start taking LDN, and that was rough, but it was well worth it because now I take an occasional over-the-counter pain reliever after, 8 months, 8 or 9 months that I've been on the LDN.
Mm-hmm.
And I went from sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night to sleeping 6 or 7 hours a night, which is a big increase for me.
Yes. If we can go back to the time before you started LDN, could you describe for us what a typical day would have been like?
I spent probably 22 hours a day either in bed or in my recliner. I was able to do the most minimal self-care. I would heat up food for myself that other people had prepared for me. I took care of my basic personal hygiene needs, and that's about it.
And if you, at that point, had to rate your quality of life on a score of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would it have been?
Well, I would probably have to say 8. 10 was when I was totally bedridden, which I was.
Other way round. 10 is the best, so 0 is the worst.
10 is the best, yes. So 0 would be when I was bedridden for several years, with just getting up to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably an 8 for about a year before I started taking the LDN.
Okay. So it was an 8, which is very, very
No,
good.
I'm sorry. That's brain fog. It was a 2.
It was a 2. Right, I got
Yes.
you. Okay.
I am so sorry. Hope you can edit that out.
So it was a 2 before you started LDN. So your quality of life must have been quite dire for you at that time. I mean, how did that make you feel?
How did it make me feel?
Mm.
Well, I have had this long enough that I have adjusted my mental on life to the point that I find blessings and joy in everything that I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's more a state of acceptance. I wasn't depressed,
Mm-hmm.
but I had been in the past. But I really had to look every day, look hard to find the blessings and the joy in a day.
Yes. And when you started LDN, did you notice any side effects initially?
No, not really. I accelerated titrating my dose up a little bit because my pain level was so high that my doctor and I decided that I wouldn't do it as slowly as some people recommend. I did increase it. It took me about 10, 12 weeks to get from, I started out at 1.5 milligrams to get up to the 4.5 milligrams that I'm on now. Mm-hmm. And that's why, that's my sweet spot, I guess.
So, Jan, on that score of 1 to 10, remember, 10 is the best. What would it be now?
Probably between a 5 and a 6.
Mm-hmm. And what about your pain levels?
You want me to rate it on that same 0 to 10 score?
Yes.
My pain level is probably a 3 or a 4.
Okay, I think you might have it the other way round. 3 is not good, and 10 is good.
Oh, I was doing it on the 0 is good and 10 is... You switched.
No, 10's always been the best.
10 is the best.
Yep.
Is as in a really good, that's pain-free.
Yep.
10 is pain-free.
Yes.
Okay. That would be, what, about a 6? 5 or a 6, probably.
Okay. So that's an improvement there, isn't it, in your pain? And you were saying earlier that you just take over-the-counter pain relief now.
Yes, I take ibuprofen and a medication we have here in the U.S. called Excedrin that has acetaminophen, aspirin, and caffeine. Mm-hmm. And I take that when I'm going to be up and around and need to go be mobile. And I take the ibuprofen when I'm at home.
So what difference would you say LDN has made to your life?
Oh, it has improved my life probably about 25-30%, my functioning level, which is tremendous.
That's good. So do you have to look not quite so hard now to find the positives in a day?
No, I don't. It's much easier. And I'm able to do more things in my self-care. I'm a very independent person, and not being able to do things for myself was a stressor. And so I'm much happier if I'm able to, the more I'm able to do for myself, mm-hmm. that I don't ask others for is a definite blessing for me.
Well, that's good. What would you say to other people who are thinking of trying LDN?
I think you definitely should do it. It's not a cure, and don't expect it to be, but it is so worth a noticeable improvement in your quality of life. And the fact that I'm totally off opioids and the damage they do to your system is tremendous in my mind.
Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us, Jan.
I'm sorry I had such a brain fog and hesitation.
Not a problem. Thank you.